going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, and we are coming in hot off the press today after absolutely sweeping the board last night with a clean 3-0 sweep. That's right, every single play cashed. That's exactly the type of momentum we're looking to build as we continue to stack wins day after day. If you tailed the plays, you already know it was a great night. And today we're looking to keep that same energy rolling because I've got 4 more prop plays that I really like on the board tonight. And before we jump into those picks, I have a special offer I'd like to share with you all. All right, so before we jump into the picks, as I had mentioned, if you're not taking advantage of this better promo, you're honestly leaving money on the table. Right now, they're running a limited time offer for up to $200 in no sweat entries. That means you can get 2 anytime tokens worth up to $100 each. Okay, so if your entry loses, you get the bonus back and you can run it all over again, right? So if your entry loses, you get the bonus back, you run it again. All you have to do is scan the QR code here on the screen and use my code +1. That's PLUS1. Okay. If the code doesn't work, you can, of course, go to the Play Store or go to the App Store and download the app better. Okay. On top of that, if you sign up using my code and send me proof that you signed up with my code, I'll give you full access to my VIP group in Winnable. So that's access to my full betting card every day, detailed write-ups, and me explaining the plays more in detail. And then, of course, text alerts sent directly to your phone before the lines move. So again, if you scan the QR code on the screen or download the app better and use my code +1, you get to take advantage of the $200 no sweat entries. And basically, you also get free access to my Winnable as far as my VIP group with all of my picks. Okay. So don't miss out on that, guys. Stack those bonuses. That's the way to win when it comes to handicapping. Free units, free money on the table. Okay. So pick number 1, we've got Kobe White over 15.5 points and assists. All right. Kobe White over 15.5 points and assists. He's going up against the Heat tonight. Just going to dive into some of the numbers. He's hitting at about a 60% clip, actually, over the past 5 games. Over the past 10 games, he's hitting the number at an 80% clip, over 15.5 points and assists. And then over the 20-game stretch, he's hitting at a 75% clip. So he's pretty solid at hitting this number head to head. Let's see if he's matched up. Oh, he's hitting it pretty consistently against. Well, actually, let's see. Shooting guard going up against the Heat. The Heat are giving up 26 points and about 6 assists to opposing point guards. So, I mean, that even adds more of a compelling argument, in my opinion, as to why we should lock in him as the first bet at over 15.5 assists. This is pretty much a no-brainer for me. Moving on to number 2. Pick number 2. It looks like we've got Andrew Wiggins. So he's going up against, he's basically on the opposing team as Kobe White. He's with the Heat going up against the Hornets. So we've got him at over 21.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Just going to dive into some of the numbers really quick. Looking at looking at Andrew Wiggins. We just got off of Kobe White. Over the past 5 games, Wiggins is averaging 22 points, rebounds, and assists. So he's hitting it at an 80% clip. 4 of the last 5 games. Of course, he dipped off against the Nets last night. If we look at it over the past 10 games, he's hitting at a 90% clip, 9 out of 10. Over the past 20 games at an 80% clip, so he's pretty steady. If we look at it head to head, based upon his position in terms of small forwards, how they pair against the Hornets, it's not too compelling of an argument, but hey, everything else checks out, so I'm willing to go with that all day. Points, rebounds, and assists. If we look at FanDuel and Caesars, they have it at 114 and 115. Novig's got it at -116. So I think this is pretty reasonable. I don't think it's an inflated number at all. Got a lot of good value. It stuck out on the board to me, so that's what we're going with. with pick number 2. And just a quick reminder, guys, as far as taking advantage of bonuses, if you're going to tail these plays, do it on better. I mean, you might have underdog, you might have no vig, you might be using DraftKings pick 6, Prizepicks, right? But better has some good value with the $200 sign up bonus using my code +1. You get $200 in no sweat entries, right? And then you'll get free access to my VIP and Winnable with access to all of my picks for 30 days for free. All right, so you can't miss out on that. And then we're going to move into pick 3. So pick number 3, we've got Cooper Flagg. All right, so Cooper Flagg, we all know about Cooper Flagg. He potentially is a candidate for Rookie of the Year. He's taken a massive role with the Mavericks offense, operating as a primary creator and scorer. Looking at the numbers, he's hitting that. He's at point over 20. Okay, the stat line is over 25.5 points, rebounds, and assists. I didn't say that, but he's hitting that number over the past 5 games at an 80% clip. You can't go wrong. Over 10 games, he's hitting at a 90% clip. Over 20 games, he's at an 80% clip, so he's pretty steady. They're going up against a tough Boston Celtics defense, but look what he did against Boston in the first matchup. He had 51 points, rebounds, and assists. He had a crazy game, and I think he kind of has a chip on his shoulder. I mean, Boston is one of his favorite teams growing up, so I think he has every incentive to play hard against those guys every time he faces them. So opposing small forwards, I mean, it's not as compelling on the rebound side. It is, but points allowed and assists allowed, it's not as compelling, but I'm still willing to take it because I think it has a lot of value. All right. And the 4th and final pick, guys, we're going to move into, it's going to be Karl Anthony Towns, the big man over in New York. So we've got Karl Anthony Towns. I believe we got Karl Anthony Towns at, it looks like, over 29.5 points in rebounds. So let's just dive into the numbers really quick once my screen wants to load here. Okay, over the past 5 games, over 29.5 rebounds. Cat is hitting that at a 60% clip with a 2-game streak. Currently active. Over the past 10 games, he's hitting it at an 80% clip. And by the way, guys, I'm using Outlier. If you haven't noticed, outlier.bet, it's a great tool to use if you want to do some prop analysis and look at other key stat metrics when it comes to making decisions regarding your props and picking your plays. But I love it. They even showed the sports books in terms of what their lines are. We've got Prizepicks right now showing at -119. Pretty solid number. That's where we want to be. A lot of good value. Over the past 20 games, just jumping back into his stat line here, over a 20-game stretch, we're looking at a 65% clip. He's hitting that number over points and rebounds at a 65% clip. The matchup, he's going against the Nuggets. If we look at the matchup head-to-head, it looks like he's hitting at a 67% clip. Let's see. Let me get my screen to load up here. Come on. There we go. Okay. February 4th, he basically had 36. That was last month. So he had 36 against the Nuggets. And if we look at how he matches up, or just how the Nuggets match up against opposing centers, it's fairly compelling. I think this one checks out the most out of all the picks, if anything, but there's a lot of value here. I think it's kind of, the line is undervalued in my opinion, especially given the performance that he's had against the team against the Nuggets the last time they played. So that should about wrap it up, guys. That's 4 solid picks for you. If you tell those picks, let me know. Hit a comment, like a bang emoji or a fire emoji in the comment section. Hopefully we can go on another streak like we did last night. It's going to wrap up the picks. Again, we've got number 1 is Kobe White. Number 2, we've got Andrew Wiggins. Number 3, we've got Cooper Flagg. And then we've got number 4, Karl Anthony Towns. So that's going to wrap up the slate, guys. So let's stay sharp, let's stay disciplined, and most importantly, let's stack those units. I'm Austin, signing off from Plus Unit Picks. Good luck.